Hello and welcome to another episode of our Creative Sligo series where we meet a number of creative people around Sligo town and county, and this is in association with Creative Ireland. Our guest tonight is local lady Cliona Kelly. Cliona, you're very welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're all excited to be on camera, I believe.
Yeah.
yeah, miss. So how would we describe your art? Are you a cartoonist, illustrator? What would you best way you would describe it?
I think mostly a cartoonist. Like my strong suit is characters.
Okay. And at what age would you have started, getting into this? What was your first, can you remember one of the first drawings, or was it inspired by a cartoon? Or?
Since I could hold a pencil, pretty much, I've been drawing.
Drawing.
But I didn't always want to be an animator, which I went to college for. I actually wanted to be a vet.
A vet?
Yeah.
Okay. Quite a different turn.
But I realized you have to deal with animal guts and all that. So I was just like, yeah, no.
So you wanted the little cute kittens and puppies, was it?
Yeah, but then when I realized being a vet wasn't that, I was like, yeah, no, thank you.
Okay, out on the farm at 3 in the morning and doing all that. Okay, so you decided that being an animator was the next alternative for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, I presume it's every day. Would you be doodling every day of some sort or other?
I haven't been doodling as much as I would like to lately. I have a part-time job at Centra, but like when I can, I try to get something on paper.
Okay. And do you find it is a lovely, relaxing space when you sit down in your own world doodling, or?
Yeah.
It
can be finicky at times when I'm trying to draw a character in a certain pose. It's hard to get what I'm visualing up here onto the paper. But most of the time it is a relaxing process, especially the coloring process.
Okay.
Because at that point when I have it inked, it's like my own personal little coloring book.
Okay, so when you're drawing, it's to sketch out the outline obviously first. Is it always on paper first, or is it on iPads?
Really depends on what I'm doing. Like sometimes I'll be sketching on paper, sometimes it's on the iPad. Sometimes if I do a sketch on paper that I really like, I'll transfer that image to the iPad and do the rest of it digitally. So this is where I haven't a clue now. But so that would be a sketch, and can you just upload it, scan it up, and then will it transform it for you, or do you have to re-sketch it on the iPad? Is that how it works? I just take a picture of it and then like sketch over that. Because unlike drawing on paper, you can draw on layers in this. Okay, so the characters, background, different layers up, so you have to do them. And say, we'll come back to this piece in a moment, but for example, how long would that have taken you from start to finish? That's a really tough question to answer because I don't usually track how long it takes me to do things. Sometimes it'll take me a couple of minutes, sometimes it'll take me a couple of hours, depending on how complicated the piece is. Okay, I'd say this one would be like in the hours department. Hours, okay. I was going to say months because it's really creative and really detailed. So you have been studying in your art. You finished college now? Yeah. And what was the course and where did you do it? I did animation in Letterkenny IT. It was LYIT, but now it's called ATU Letterkenny. Oh yes, they've all joined up. Well, we are here in the ATU campus here in Sligo as well. Yeah. Believe it or not. Did you enjoy the course, or does a free spirit who's a brilliant creative love the collegey element of it? You know what I mean? Which was it frustrating or was it enjoyable? It was frustrating at times, but I did enjoy it most of the time as well. Okay, so if you had your dream job, what would it be, or where would it be with? I would be doing animation. I want to like make my own series someday, like with my own characters and stuff. But I would really like to get started working in a studio. Okay. And is there any styles of cartoons out there that you're really into, that you love, that you get inspired by? I'm really into anime, but obviously we don't do that in Ireland, so. Okay, so you're gonna have to move abroad, are you? If I really wanted to, then yeah, but I also like Western style cartoons as well. Okay. And so within was it 4 years in college? Yeah. So we have your portfolio here, and there is some amazing work in this. And you were telling us, hopefully we can see that on the camera. So do you want to tell us, anyone watching, what's this about, or what's the story behind this? These are my own characters. That angel character on that page was actually a project we had to do where we had to take our own character and draw him in several styles. Okay. So like there's the Hanna-Barbera style on one side, and I forget the name of that exact style on the other side, but it was like around the same time. So this is the Hanna-Barbera. Yeah. They were the guys that made Flintstones and that, is that right? Yeah. Okay, I just remember that one. So it's that kind of style. And then these kind of darker characters, I'd say here. That was my final project for college. It's my own characters. Okay. And it's called Broken Hill, and to boil it all down into one sentence, it's like a boy from a supernatural world moves into a regular town, but like the creatures from his world are coming in through. Oh. And so he meets a new friend, Ashley, and together the two sort of fight them off. Okay, so you've had this. Would you storyboard out little comics and that yourself? Have you done that? I did that in college, yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's more to come. More to come. And any other little interesting characters here that you want to tell us about?
Those are just the same characters again.
Telling more of the story.
That background there is the other world where the main character Jacob is from.
He's coming from. Okay, so it's amazing the creativity that comes out. Now, you wanted to be a vet, and I think I have an idea who these characters are inspired by.
Yeah. That was an alternate project for college. It was either that one or Broken Hill, but I decided to go for Broken Hill.
Okay.
But that one is based off of my 2 dogs that I own in real life, Bungle and Bear.
Ah, okay. Well, wow. They are very real to, or true to reality, I could say. And just that Bear isn't jumping up on people there in that one. That's the only thing that maybe not true to reality. He's a madman. Anything else here that's, any inspiration behind these, or was it just came out of your head?
The inspiration for them, those are meant to be biblically accurate angels.
Biblically accurate angels.
Yeah, because when you think of angel, you usually just think of like people with halos and wings. But in actuality, they were just like a mass of wings and eyeballs, and I thought that was really cool.
Okay.
Like if they told us about that in religion class, I would find it way more interesting.
You would have got more. Oh, more of that, please. And again, this is more of this same angels, I presume, is it? Wow, there's some of this amazing work. And this here is much different style again.
That's a 3D model, actually.
Did you make that on an animation as such, or is it just the drawing of it?
It's just a 3D model, but because we did 3D modeling in college as well, we did a mix of different mediums.
And would you prefer doing that now to your normal, the stuff you've been drawing here on the iPad and that? Have you a preference?
I definitely prefer working in 2D because the program we used was called Maya, and everyone hated it, including the lecturer.
Oh, okay. So no one was enjoying that. So you'd rather work with your team.
Like making models was fine, but getting them to move, just no.
It takes a whole other level of patience to go to that level, I imagine. So on your iPad here, for anyone that was around the town a few months ago, you can open it up there again.
There we go.
Okay, and we'll just spin it around. We can get that in the camera there, Brian, I think, can we? So can you describe the story of this and where people may have seen it in town?
I don't. It's in Main Street, right?
Yeah, on O'Connell Street, actually, yeah.
O'Connell Street, yeah. It was like that old place that says newsletter.
Broderick's agents, yes.
Yeah.
News agents.
And those were up on the windows. This isn't the version that was up on it. This is a different version, but it's the same characters, but just different background.
Okay. Well, was that really cool to be like, oh my God, my artwork's in town? Were you delighted with that? Yeah, you'd love to see more of that?
Yeah.
Is that something the town could do more? Give more space for people like yourself to go, we'd like to display our artwork? Because there's some buildings there with nothing on them. They're closed down, so.
Yeah, might as well do something with it,
Okay. So you'd love to have more of your art up around town?
Yeah.
So we had yourself and we had another young artist here as well. So I think that might be something we can maybe push to the councillors.
Yeah.
So sorry, going back to the story here, because you've 3 or 4 different unique characters here.
Yeah. Well, there's no real story behind them, but they are based off of creatures of Irish legend. Oh. This one here at the back is Silky. I think they're the more popular ones.
Okay.
They're basically women who come from the sea and they have like these seal skins. And when they put them on, they turn into a seal.
That'd be handy in the west of Ireland, the wet weather. And you have a fox here. Is it a fox with claws and wings?
That's the second one's called an Enfield.
Okay.
And it's basically just a fox with wings. I don't really know the lore behind it, but I thought it was really cool.
Okay, so you're into your mythology and your old Irish characters and obviously your biblical references as well.
Yep. And those other 2 are called the Puka, the 2 little black guys at the front.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. And the background, was that based anywhere on Sligo or just something that came into your head?
I was kind of inspired by Hazelwood because sometimes you see the bluebells growing around there all the time.
Yes, okay.
I thought that was really good.
Cool. That's a beautiful piece of work. And do you have anywhere online where people can, do you have a social media presence for your art or anything like that? Did you like to share?
I'm really bad when it comes to posting online, but mostly I post to Tumblr.
Tumblr, okay. So, and is there a name we would search for if people are looking for more of your art? Can you remember?
Silent Deocht.
Silent Deocht. Well, we can put links to that here on the post afterwards. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you were in charge of Sligo town and with your creative space, what would you love to do with the town? Was there somewhere you'd love to do a big mad project, or what would you like to see?
Maybe something like putting our artwork up around town. Like I don't know if you've been going to the Main Street and looking up, you'll be seeing these like big wire sculptures. Like maybe something like that.
Okay. So it's nice to get ideas from young creative people like yourselves that we can
especially abandoned places as well, because like we were saying before, like why not use those places for something? Okay.
So Cliona, we hope that the next time you're on the Sligo show, we'll be talking to you as like, well, I'm over in such and such anime studio, and where would anime is it Asia? Am I right in saying it's more so
Japan?
Japan. Mostly. So would you like to go there if you got a chance?
I don't know if I would live there. Probably
miss the dogs too much, and your family, of course.
Yeah, it would just be a big change in general, but
okay.
And we'll see.
Hopefully Ireland gets their own studios doing that.
Possibly.
Well, the best of luck with all your animations, and they are amazing what you've done. I hadn't seen this book before. I'd seen some of your other artworks, so keep up the good work. And as I said, hopefully we'll have you back on the Sligo Show again in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thanks to Cliona, who's a local young artist here in Sligo town. Thanks again to Creative Ireland for helping us put together this Creative Sligo series. Thanks to Brian and the team behind the cameras, and we'll see you all again next time.
The Sligo Show is produced by Pixel Productions and hosted by Brendan Tierney. If you need video for your business or live event or would like to appear on the show, send us a message today.